Hey guys, we have Maria Freese here, our senior Social Security expert. Welcome, Maria.
Thank you, Melanie. It's nice to be here again.
Well, Maria, I guess there's more DOGE mischief in the news this week. Let's take a look at that. What does this whistleblower in the Post allege that this DOGE employee did?
Well, Melanie, what the whistleblower says happened is that some random DOGE employee downloaded the personal private information from 500 million Americans onto a tiny little thumb drive and was walking around with it in his pocket for a while. And he planned to then take it to his new job, his new employer, and uploaded all the information onto their servers so that they could do whatever they want to with it, which is an outrageous use of Americans' private information. Congressman John Larson from Connecticut and ranking member of the Ways and Means Committee, Richie Neal of Massachusetts, for months have been trying to get the administration to provide more information on these data breaches that have been happening. They've been trying to get the Ways and Means Committee to bring these people in so that they can find out what's going on, and they have been stonewalled by the administration and the Republicans at every step of the way.
Wow, that's more horrible than we can ever imagine. So if these allegations are true, it's probably not an isolated incident. So it's more like the pattern of abuse of the Social Security Administration from DOGE, right?
We have an earlier whistleblower from last year who came forward and said that the Social Security Administration, the DOGE people over there, had uploaded onto an unsecure cloud server all of the data that included people's personal financial information, and that cloud server was inaccessible to employees of Social Security Administration. So not only were you not able to find out exactly what data was uploaded, you couldn't figure out who had access to it, and you had no way of knowing what they might have been doing with it, which is an outrageous abuse of people's information. They said, oh, by the way, we also discovered during this internal review process that some guy had worked out a deal with some outside organization who was planning to use a bunch of information to overturn election results in states where they didn't like the fact that presumably that Democrats had won elections. That is a simply unacceptable and illegal use of people's personal private information.
Absolutely. What kind of personal data exactly was this? And also, shouldn't Americans feel safe having their Social Security data in the system?
Well, basically what this information is, the two systems that were uploaded include all of the information from every single application for a Social Security number that has ever been filed with the Social Security Administration since it was created in 1936. 500 million Americans' data. And it includes everything you would put in an application for a Social Security number. Your name, your address, you get a Social Security number, your parents' addresses, your ethnicity, your race, all of that shows up in that data. And that is what they have unfettered access to. And yes, not only should Americans be able to feel comfortable that the Social Security Administration has this information, it's required by law. We're not just talking about some policy that Social Security is implementing. Accessing that data without going through the process that they have set up to make sure that it is only properly accessed is both a violation of the Social Security Act and it's a violation of the Privacy Act. And those violations are subject to jail time. You can go to jail for up to 5 years if you violate those statutes.
Yeah, very, very serious stuff. And how does this just fit into the larger picture of how the Trump administration has been dealing with Social Security, and why are advocates like us so alarmed by it?
From the very, very beginning, the Trump administration has been doing everything they can to undermine Americans' confidence in the Social Security Administration, starting from the very, very beginning when they misunderstood or intentionally misrepresented Social Security data to claim that 150-year-olds were getting benefits, which was outrageous on its face. So they have then moved to decimating the staffing, even though the agency was already understaffed, considering the fact that 10,000 Americans every day are turning age 65. Demand has been growing, and yet staff has been shrinking. They further cut staff, And then they tried to pretend like nothing bad was going on at the agency by making up new numbers. They have distorted the data so that it looks like things are actually going more smoothly with fewer staff than they were before. And they're undermining the ability of the agency to serve its customers. And you can't help but wonder whether that's all part of an effort to just undermine Americans' confidence in the agency and in the ability for them to get their earned benefits, so that then the administration can swoop in, can break up the agency into tiny pieces and sell it off, privatize it and sell it off to the highest bidder, which they have done with other agencies, by the way. So it's not a good place to end up by any means for the American people.
For sure. Never a dull moment, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Maria, for being with us. Really appreciate all this good information, and we'll see you guys next time.